Howdy folks, today I'm going to try out Alambique Serrano, which is the latest rum from Mexico to make it up here to Oregon. It's pretty new to me, so we're going to learn a bit about it, give it a taste. Let's go. When I picked up this bottle of Alambique Serrano single cask number 14, I had four choices, 2 single casks and 2 blends. I just kind of guessed at which one to get because I didn't know, I had never heard of it when I saw it. So I grabbed this single barrel number 14, but I subsequently have heard that the blends are actually really good as well. So at some point I might have to pick that one up as well. Anyway, what is this stuff? It is Alambique Serrano. It comes from a very small place in Oaxaca called Santa Maria Tlaxcatac.
Santa Maria Tlalixtac.
It's made in a still called the Kressler still, which was built by a guy named Max Kressler. He was a young guy who was fleeing World War I Germany in 1917, and eventually made his way to
Santa Maria Tlalixtac.
This small town in Oaxaca, got married and built his own still and started distilling rum. His sons and grandsons have made improvements to the still and are continuing to make the rum today. Now, when I say this is a small place in Oaxaca, it is a tiny place in the mountains of Oaxaca that for a long time you could only get to with a mule. There is, I think, one dirt road, they said, that went to the town. And so at some point, one of this guy's sons went and got his pilot's license and built an airstrip so that they could fly out of their town and deliver rum to various spots around Oaxaca. So pretty scrappy. Now, it is fresh pressed cane juice that is organically grown. They have stainless steel vats, but also pine vats that they ferment in with wild yeast. The Kressel still is a column still, but they also have a smaller pot still that's, sort of the mezcal style pot still that they also use and put in the blends and whatnot. They have a few different locations where they age this stuff at different elevations. It's aged in ex-bourbon, ex-cognac, French oak, and also mezcal barrels, apparently. So the blends will be blends of these various different barrels. Anyway, what we have is an ex-bourbon single barrel. Let's give it a taste. So this is single cask number 14. It's an ex-bourbon cask. And by the way, on the back of the bottle, they just list all the salient facts you might want to know. I don't know why more rum places don't do this. It's just great to have this information. This is more like a mezcal bottle where they will list, all the parameters that you want. This is a varietal called Java. That's the name of the sugarcane from Santa Maria Tlaxcatac.
Santa Maria Tlalixtac.
I don't know how to pronounce that. It's harvested at between 2,500 and 3,800 feet above sea level, fermented for 5 to 10 days. That's a good long time. Distilled in 2021, aged 24 months in ex-bourbon, and 9% angel share. They even give you the angel share. Pretty neat. Now, I've had this for a few months, and when I first got it, I was a little disappointed it was too bourbony. Like, it's got a lot of influence from that bourbon barrel. And on the nose, it's just very bourbony, very caramel, very vanilla, very just like it smells like a bourbon. And yeah, on the nose, it is very, very bourbony, but let's give it a sip. Still kind of bourbony flavored, but sort of on the surface, it's bourbony, but underneath it's got this really nice mineral flavor to it, which it sounds weird to compare it to mezcal just because it comes from Oaxaca, but some of the mezcals that I really like have this very nice mineral sort of vegetal note to them, and that's what this has. It isn't savory or briny like Paranubes, but it is got this sort of mezcalish mineral note to it that is really nice. But you don't really get that on the nose at all. It's really just after you sip it, and it takes a second. Like the first hit you get is sort of this bourbony vanilliness, and then it's like, this is a mineral experience. Yeah. And the aftertaste is pretty great. It's like a lingering vegetal minerality. I don't know how else to explain it. Really good. This is 55.8%. It's a little hot for 55, but really, it's a delicious supper. Let's move on, because I got another rum to try from them, the Cartier 30. This is another rum off the Crassel still, but it is unaged, and it is bottled at 70.3% alcohol, which is quite high. Apparently, this is 30 on the Cartier scale, which was a way of measuring alcohol content and things before everyone switched to ABV. I had never heard of that before, but Cartier 30, 70.3%. So I got this rum more recently than the other one. I heard about it at first on Arminder's end of the year rum roundup awards show, which I was on actually. I heard about it. I decided to check and see if I could get it because it sounded pretty good, and I could, and I did. I'm looking forward to this one. This sounds like the sort of thing that should be right up my alley. And yeah, it's got that agricole kind of grassy, a slight funkiness to it, but not an overwhelming funkiness. Sort of a banana or pineapple fruitiness on the aroma, but like not overwhelming, not like a Paranubes kind of olive brine like intensity. More like a Martinique kind of aroma, I think. Savory, sort of mineral and savory, but not olivey, not really that pickle brine iodine kind of flavor. More of the sort of beach ball, sort of a plasticky kind of flavor to it. Pretty mellow. It's goes down pretty easy considering it is 70% alcohol, and it's got like a lingering vanilla kind of creamy cream soda kind of flavor to it. Yeah, that's really nice. I really like that a lot. It's very interesting. Packs a punch for sure, but not overwhelming. I think what I might do is maybe compare it to the Paranubes, also from Oaxaca, or maybe one of these other high proof monsters that I've got in the cabinet. Why don't you go ahead and subscribe if you want to see that in the future, because I'll be making that video in the next few weeks. All right, Mexico is killing the rum game between Oaxaca and Michoacan with all their charandas. I mean, some great stuff coming out of there. Pretty excited about it. If you've got anything you want me to try, put it down in the comments. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.